And we're back with the news here on Galaxy News. Wait, wrong show. Monitor capture on. Alright, so let's take a look at what we'll see here now in Test Edit. So there's all of our recipes. As you can see, there's quite a few. Why is this so tangled up? Hold on. Much better. Male biped model. Then we've got the male world model. It's kind of interesting when you look at this, because there's an entry for female world model, but it's never used in pretty much any armor you look at. So the default view of the armor is always male when it's in the world, the compressed version. It's always the male one. So you could, in theory, make a separate second set of the armors that just had a female world model, and it would work out of the box. Just don't give it a male world model, just give it only a female world model. It'll show up just fine. And that actually kind of is an idea I would love to do, and I will do, and I will actually do when I'm working on my own mod, is that the clothing doesn't magically change form just because the gender of the wearer is different than the owner. Anyway, we are looking for this. We got that, the Go file. And theoretically, I think the only one I had on me was Pain Spike, so I could just do this and pop back into the game. But let's try and do a couple of them. Is it really the same file name? Or did I manage to screw that up? No, it's the same one. So just for the Raiders, it took us how many entries just for one piece of armor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do 7 entries just for one piece of armor. I could copy the entire new record, apparently. It's so annoying that I can't actually just, like, select and copy entire entries. The annoying thing is, if I were to say do a copy as a new record into, then I'd have to go and reapply all the stats. So there's no real good way to do this. No, though it may be a viable option for like the Talon armor. Let's see. So I could probably do like copy as a new record into I'm not seeing all the Talon stuff in here, which is kind of annoying. So obviously I missed some of the Talon gear. But I could do something like copy as a new record into armor, combat, reinforced Talon, powered. No, it says we'll copy it into a file, but no, we don't want to do that. I just want to make a direct copy here. Copy as a new, well, maybe. Worth a shot. Powered. So yeah, we got an extra copy of the Talon armor here, which I could then go and do a powered version of it. So I mean, that is one way of doing it. It does manage to keep all the NIF files. Copy as a new record into. So that might be a good way of doing it for the stuff after we finish with the Raiders, because at least then we'll get all the base stats in there, as well as all the NIF files. If I close and reopen armors, I should see. Yep. That's neither here nor there at the current moment now, is it? We have still got to do all of these all this Raider gear. Good boy. Won't that be fun, folks? I'm seriously tempted to just to copy the Raider stuff. The only problem with that is that it would end up causing conflicts, and we'd end up having missing form IDs, and then I'd have to redo the outputs for all the recipes. So there's no real simple way of avoiding having to do a bunch of work in the case with the Raiders. Now, granted, we now know what we can do to avoid having to relink all the NIF files by hand for after this, but right now, no. Yeah, all the NIF files are in here. Everything is the same. It's got the proper script. So it's a method for later on. But right now, we still got to brute force it for the Raider gear. Male biped model. So this is interesting. It doesn't actually have a female model, so the helmets are gender neutral apparently. Now would be a great time to ask any questions you might have about modding, because this will take a while. Let's see, what else can we get prepped for next time? This is Ranger battle armor, if I'm not mistaken, for Riley's Rangers. Yep, Riley's Rangers uniform. Copy as a new record into. Copy as a new record into. And there's another one that's also considered combat armor. I'm trying to find it in here. Rivet City security uniform. Copy as a new record into. Trying to see if there's a way to actually like export this as some type of text file. Doesn't look like it, because then I can just mark off as I've created each one like a pen. But it looks like I'd have to do this the old-fashioned way. Well, that's part of the process, so I hit print screen. Let's open up Photoshop. So we've got Brotherhood Scribe Robe A. Print screen again. There we go. And we have soldier arm. Nope, not that. Print screen again to grab this list. Security armor, Volt 34. There it is. Print screen a couple times to make sure I get a proper shot of it. And I didn't. Of course not. And we're looking at the Robo Thor at the bottom. Trim our visible list. This is the fun of modding, is all of the behind the scenes stuff that is just boring but needs to be done in order to produce a viable product. Okay, this is complete selection armors. Add mask to selection, and that way we can apply the same mask to each one of these in turn pretty easily. Add mask to selection. Add mask to selection. Add mask to selection. That's our top of the list, so we'll move it all the way left. The rest of these will move all the way right. Might need to expand the size of this. Let's see. Image. We need to expand the canvas, actually. Let's try 62. That may have actually been overkill. As since the top entry is the bottom entry of the previous one, what we can also do and then we can crop it. But now we have a complete list of every armor that we have created, so that we can easily mark them off as we make the powered armor variants of it. Now, of course, we don't need this, which is the actual power armor variants. So we go and cut it off the list. Save a PNG version of it. Save, smallest, yes, fine. Close. And now we've got our complete selection list that we can reference easily in the future. A very useful tool indeed to have. Because then I can simply say, well, we've done the Boogeyman's hood, we've done this, that, and that. Now, probably the best way to do it would be to print it out and mark them off on a physical print sheet. But you can also do it digitally. It's all a matter of which works best for you. But now that we actually have them as a reference, we have well, not really a starting point, but we've got a working list of what we need to convert. And we just cross off the ones we've already done. Like we've done the Devil's Pigtails, we've done, where is it? The antagonist armor is going to be in here, the mechanist armor is going to be in here. Right there. Cross those off the list. Certainly makes your life a lot easier when you've got all of these you have to convert. Having some way of actually marking off a list, saying I did that, I did that, I did that, did that, did that, will make your life so much easier. I put it on my tablet. I'm not sure if my tablet actually has the ability for me to draw on an image. But in any case, it will make life so much easier now. Alright. Powered Sadist Armor. This is so mind-numbing. Well, I've shown you the basics of what needs to be done, so what I think I'm going to do instead, we'll jump back into the game. I think I've got the pain spike up armor fixed at least. And again, I will do these off camera while I'm watching YouTube videos so that, I can keep my energy up, because, I mean, just look at what we have to go through. You've seen it already. Do you really want to sit here for another hour and a half while I go through, copy the record from here down to here? Pretty sure you don't. However, we will still do a little bit of work in the GEC. We'll go back into the GEC. I'll see if I missed any Talon armor and make a record for them so that I can then go back into test edit, make a duplicate of that. So we'll go take a look to see if there's other variants of the Talon armor in just Tale of Two Wastelands, because that's really the only place it could be coming from. Okay, so I didn't put it in my overwrite folder. Fine. Open a new window. Oh, damn it! Don't go putting it wherever you want. It's still there. Okay. Go back to the GEC. Data. Now we wait for the Gek to load. Alrighty. Yeah, so there is extra Talon stuff that I never grabbed, did I? Or maybe some powered power armor? Or Talon girls, maybe? Does have a Talon combat helmet. Well, let's take a look at this, shall we? Talon faction friendly. That should update in a second. Talon faction friendly. There we go. Let's make an update to this. And that should work for that part. Now we also need to make a message for Talon Company. This'll work. Talon faction outfit warning off. Of Talon Company. Ignore all, damn you. Talon faction outfit warning. You now dress as a member of the Talon Company. We've got R2 here. Let's get them out and open over here. Look at the script. Show message. Talon faction outfit warning off. Looks like everything's got what it needs here. Saves and closes just fine. That means that there are no errors in the scripts. Alright. We're going to set this to be Talon faction friendly. Lag bolts, combat armor. Everything else is as it should be. The helmets aren't all concealing, so that's why I am not giving them the Talon faction friendly script on them. Let's see here. So obviously I'm going to have to make a copy of Armor Combat Talon, because I obviously didn't do that one. I did the reinforced ones, but not the normal ones. And I did not do this one, I did not do that one, I did not do that one. So I missed a couple. Here's our powered one, though. So it's got to be 35. We've got to add 30 to that. Everything's where it should be. Except I have not marked it as power armor. So obviously we need to make a copy of these. Yeah, basically have to make a copy of the non-reinforced armor and the helmets. And what do you know? I put it in the overwrite, as it always tends to do. Good God, Gek, why? Why are you always so crazy? Edit, run. Gonna actually take the contents of Talon Girls and merge it into mine. Because all it really does is it adds this . No, that's Talon combat armor. Yeah, adds a bunch of mercs. So I'm guessing maybe it's powered power armor that does it. I'll have to take a look at powered power armor. Do I have powered power armor in here? Armor. Remnants, Tesla. Thermal, Liquid Ninja. Tribal. I am not seeing an entry in here for Talon. Nope, I don't see it. So it must be coming from something else. Let's see. Tale to Wastelands, maybe. Talon combat armor, Talon combat armor. Alright, so let's see here. Where is the power armor wielding Talon company coming from? Talon company. Why are you looking in class? I don't want you looking in class. I want you looking in armor. Stop searching in that area. Xedit can be annoying at times as well. But yeah, I'm not seeing any extra entries in there. I'm not seeing any extra entries in powered power armor. Which really makes me wonder where the heck it's coming in from, because it's not in Talon Girls, it's not in powered power armor. It's not in Tale of Two Wastelands. Fallout New Vegas. I don't know why there'd be Talon Company stuff in Fallout New Vegas, but whatever. No. Doesn't look like it like I thought. Alright, well, enough fretting about that. We did modify the Talon armor. Let's see, what do I have here that's Talon related? Oh, I have expanded Talon Company. That's probably what it was. I didn't think I had that, but apparently I do. So it's probably from expanded Talon Company. So what I'll end up having to do later on is copying those records into my mod so I can have armor for Talon Company be all expanded and junk. Let's double check that though. Expanded Talon Company. Now this is actually an ESM from what I saw quickly. There it is, Talon Extra Armor ESM. If we look here, we'll see so yeah, we've got Talon Metal Armor, Talon Company Uniform, Face Mask, Officer's Uniform. The only one I really don't like them having is the Metal Armor. The rest is pretty cool. Power Armor, Bandit Mask, Gas Mask, and Beret. So I'll end up probably having to copy these into mine, with the exception of the Metal Armor. Now let's see, leveled items. There's a lot of tinkering I can do to add that functionality into mine, which will give Talon Company a more robust grouping of things. Let's see. Company uniform, because that was what we just looted. Alright, so over here, armor. Let's make sure we're taking care of all the Talon duplication we need to do. There we go. There's one of them. Copy as a new record into. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. Powered. To the same mod. Copy as a new record into. Copy as a new record into. Copy as a new record into. We did those. Copy as a new record into. These are all new ones. With the exception of the metal armor. I'll do it for completeness sake. Well, then again, we have the power armor, so I don't need to do those. Advanced power helmet. Advanced power armor, power armor. So all of these ones are the non-power armor ones. Copy as an override into. We want to do our overrides in our own mod. Let's do a copy as a new texture. Here's the question. What is the best way to do this? Because what I could also do is doing a patch. This is a tricky thing. Yeah. I got a problem with that. No, probably not. Now, if I were to copy as a new record into, I'd have to give a new form IDs. This one I have to really think seriously on, because that would add a new master, which means that when I upload this eventually to the Nexus, not only would you need more perks, because you know it's an expansion of more perks by its very nature. We're using more perks suit under steel. But then you'd also have to grab this mod as well. And of course you'd have to have Tale of Two Wastelands, because it's a Tale of Two Wastelands mod. So that would mean you'd have to have, it would be dependent on 2 other mods. It's bad enough that it'd be dependent on 1 other mod, but I'm planning to expand a lot of Dre's other stuff, because Dre has got some very interesting perks. If we go and take a look over here at more perks, we actually look at the perk list. There's a few in here that I would definitely want to expand the functionality of. Is this one turret expert? Yep, this is the one that adds the turret expert. So there you go. You can deactivate and reconfigure turrets on the fly. Now, another functionality that I want to add to my mod here, because it is an extension of Dre's, so I don't mind adding other extensions obviously to Dre's mod. But what I want to do to this is the ability to upgrade your turrets, because they are getting blown up way too easily. But to do that, I'd end up having to do something like, let's see. Well, the actual turrets themselves are listed as an aid item. So I'd have to make an alternate aid item. Deployable, yes, here it is. Deployable turret kit. And what's it actually do? Does it call a script? So it's a magic effect. Dre Burke magic effect. So let's take a look at the magic effect to see what we would need to do to upgrade that's functionality. Let's see, where are magic effects listed under? And keep in mind, the reason it's called a magic effect is because this system here, FNV edit, is the same system that was also used for Oblivion. That's why it's called a magic effect. It's holdovers from when it was originally used for Oblivion. So we're looking for Dre Perk Grease. Don't see it in here. You can find magic effects a lot easier in the GEC than you can in here. Base effect. There we go. Archetype is a script. In any case, I'd have to make a variation on this where it would allow you to summon a upgraded kit, and you'd have to make a new aid item that would be the upgraded kit. So I've got to find, and so another thing I also have to find is where the item is for it. Where would it be? Creature, maybe? Yeah, so this is your Deathclaw buddy that we had way back when, but we ended up dismissing him. There we go. Grease Monkey Robot 2 Turret. So we can see it's got immune to radiation, poison immunity, sentry turret, NIF. Let's see what else. Level 25. That could be one reason that it's got one reason that's a problem is that its level is 25. So I could make an alternate version of this, which was level 50, for example. And that would be, you know, certainly more powerful. Let's see what else. Karma alignment, disposition base. Health, for example, you can increase the health. What else? So yeah, basically I'd have to make a duplicate of this. And obviously tweak it however I might want to do it. For example, making the level 50, giving it a higher damage, higher health. Let's see, where does it talk about its actual damage? Combat skill, for example, damage 25, so I can modify these two. There's its specials. but that would certainly make it a lot more powerful. And then I'd have to go and modify the, I believe it's probably a message box given how it pops up. So if I go here in the message, we'd see, let's see. So somewhere in here there'd be a mention, somewhere in here is the message box for the turrets. So yeah, I mean, it's be pretty involved, but as you can see, it has certain advantages to it. We'd certainly be able to have, we'd have more useful turrets, for example. And I mean, the mod already requires Dre's perks in the first place because we're using suits under steel as our base for upgrading all of the equipment to power armor. And yeah, there isn't too much more to say in that regard. This has been a little tutorial and more modding. So let's pop back into the game, shall we? Yes. Well, you didn't actually put it in the overwrite folder? I'm so surprised at you. Alright, we will be right back.